Macadamia nuts are in high demand, partly because of how tasty they are, but also because of some of their unique health benefits. This video is going to cover some of the health benefits of macadamia nuts, more specifically how they relate to diabetes. I'm Dr. Elise Brown, and I'm a scientist who studies how exercise helps prevent and slow the progression of diabetes. This video is sponsored by House of Macadamias, but any health claims that I make, they're all based on scientific evidence, and I have the sources listed down in the description below. I've tried a lot of the products from House of Macadamias. They're all absolutely delicious, but I do have a few favorites. The dry roasted nuts, these are the best macadamia nuts I've ever had. I'll typically eat mixed nuts from the grocery store with all of these different types of nuts mixed in, including macadamia nuts, and there's a clear difference between the macadamia nuts that come in the mixed nut bags versus the House of Macadamia nuts. Now, my favorite flavors are going to be the onion flavored dried roasted, and then I also really loved the nut butter with sea salt. It's super velvety, the nuts themselves taste really crisp, really fresh, absolutely delicious. House of Macadamia stands out for its direct partnership with farmers in Africa. In order to get the highest quality nut, the growing conditions have to be just right. South Africa is one of the top macadamia nut producers in the world due to its subtropical climate in some areas. One of the really interesting health benefits that I'm going to cover today is how macadamia nuts are a primary source of a rare omega-7 fatty acid. It's linked to reduced inflammation, increased collagen production, and improved metabolic health. For every subscription to my bundle, you'll receive 15% off of your order, free shipping, and a free box of snack bars in every flavor with each order. Check out the link down below in the description. It's well established in the scientific literature that eating nuts in general is linked to better insulin sensitivity, lower risk of heart disease, and a better blood lipid profile, meaning better triglyceride levels and cholesterol levels. Now, research has shown that eating mixed nuts as a snack instead of a carbohydrate-rich snack like a whole wheat muffin is going to result in better glycemic control and better blood lipid profiles. Now, nuts naturally, they're going to be vegan, they're paleo, and they're keto. Macadamia nuts, however, have special added health benefits. Macadamia nuts have the highest percentage of monounsaturated fats compared with other nuts, even avocados. This type of fat helps to lower your bad cholesterol and raise your good cholesterol. Macadamia oil is even richer in monounsaturated fatty acids than olive oil, which makes it easy to integrate into a Mediterranean-style diet. And it also has a really high smoke point, which makes for easy cooking. Even though macadamia nuts tend to have a higher fat content than other nuts, a research study showed that just adding one serving of macadamia nuts a day to your normal diet, it doesn't change weight gain. There was a study by Jones and colleagues that looked at adults who had BMIs between 25 to 39 kilograms per meter squared. They ate between 200 to 300 calories of macadamia nuts a day for 8 weeks, and at the end of the study, there was no change in body weight and there was no change in body fat percentage. If you're finding this information useful, please hit like and subscribe. With this higher fat content, macadamias also have lower levels of protein and carbohydrates. It's one of the lowest carbohydrate nuts at about 13 to 14% of total energy makeup, which is similar to Brazil nuts and pecans. So with this higher levels of fat as well as the lower level of carbohydrates, that means that macadamia nuts are likely to have a low glycemic index. This means that if you eat them with a meal, they're likely going to help decrease that increase in blood sugar that happens after we eat a meal. Macadamias have a really good omega-6 to omega-3 ratio, better than oats, almonds, and chestnuts. Omega-6s and omega-3s are polyunsaturated fatty acids that we get through our diets. Our body can't make them. In general, omega-6s are pro-inflammatory and omega-3s are anti-inflammatory. A little bit of inflammation is good. We need inflammation for the healing process in the body. But when inflammation is excessive or it lasts for too long, this can cause a lot of damage to the body. It's thought that the human body's evolved with an omega-6 to omega-3 ratio of 1 to 1. But Western diets tend to have 15 to 1 to 20 to 1 ratios, meaning most Western diets are likely to be highly inflammatory. It's common to hear about health benefits of omega-3s and omega-6s, but what about omega-7s? Palmitoleic acid is a rare omega-7 fatty acid that's found in high concentrations in macadamia nuts. It's at about 15 to 22% of total monounsaturated fats. Now, salmon and cod liver oil also have this rare omega-7, but in lower concentrations of about 6 to 7% of total fatty acids. But that's not very helpful for vegetarians and vegans. Palmitoleate is the base of palmitoleic acid. And in people with type 2 diabetes, a study by Stefan and colleagues found that higher levels of palmitoleate found in the blood plasma was associated with higher levels of insulin sensitivity, even after adjusting for the person's age, whether or not they were male or female, and their body fat levels. This means that this rare omega-7 likely plays an important role in preventing insulin resistance and ultimately preventing type 2 diabetes. In addition to omega-7s, macadamias are also a good source of fiber. They're rich in minerals like iron, manganese, and magnesium, and they're also rich in vitamins, especially B6, which is linked to metabolism. Low levels of vitamin B6 is linked to higher levels of diabetes. Macadamia nuts may also be good for skin health because they contain phytosterols. Now, these substances help the skin to hold in moisture, helps to reduce inflammation, and also it helps the skin to heal up. If you have diabetes or another health condition that is managed through diet, please speak with a dietitian first before making any changes to your diet to make sure that it's right for you. If you have high blood pressure and you're needing to be mindful of your salt intake, take a look at House of Macadamia's website and look at the nutritional levels. The products in my bundle are going to range between 2 to 14% of the daily recommended salt intake. Thank you for watching.